Hello, Twitch. Stop. Why do I have an alarm going off? Weird. Anyways, welcome. We're going to be making all sorts of seafood tonight. Got to pour a bit more water here, so unfortunately got to start the stream off with running the sink a bit. I am filling up sous vide because you're gonna poach, you might as well go the whole distance. And so I'm gonna butter poach the salmon tonight, along with some lemon, some seasonings. Gonna also do fried calamari. And it was so funny, you get in the market today watching, it was like a teenager that was helping me at the counter, and was very obviously grossed out by the thought of holding on to calamari or squid, and had very carefully put on a pair of gloves and then was wearing a bag over his hand and was ever so very carefully. So we're gonna have some squid on stream tonight. Both of these are relatively straightforward, cool meals. But I'm going to start off the stream tonight, actually, getting started with prep for tomorrow's stream, which I am going to be doing shooter sandwiches, or hoagies. And in the game, they're referring to you're having to shoot these, whether you're using a bow and arrow, a gun, a life staff, magic, in order to get the type of red meat, because they're mobs that run, and they run faster than you can. So you gotta shoot them. Penguin. Welcome in. Add in this last bit of water here and then we'll get started. Gonna be cooking the salmon tonight. Looked it up. I mean, that's one of the wonderful things about sous vide is they got lovely charts and info. You know, this and you get that. It's no guesswork. It's just simple. I'm gonna be cooking it at 49 degrees Celsius, which is gonna give us sort of like, if I were to equate it to a steak, it's going to give us a medium rare. It's not going to be completely cooked through, but it should be unflakeable, or on the edge of being flakeable. But we'll start with coffee as usual. I don't spill my filters all over the place. Oh, is my bot not logged in? Give me a moment. Why you no worky bot? There we go. That's a little better. So after the coffee, we'll get into prepping some bread for tomorrow, and then we'll get into doing the salmon, and we're gonna finish up with the calamari. been letting this kettle sit. So I'm gonna put it back on there, let it come back up to temp while we hydrate our grounds. And it only lost 2 degrees. Down to 203 from my set of 205 on the kettle. Setting of 205. But I'm sort of confused by the icon for the shooter sandwich. I was looking at, I don't have an easy way to pull it up for you folks. But the actual image of the sandwich, well, let's start off with the description of what a shooter sandwich is. It is fresh bread with red meat, red onion, and cheese. You know, it's steak and cheese. And you look at the icon for it, and wow, that looks a heck of a lot like a Welling to me. It looks more like puff pastry than bread. It's a thin layer that's wrapped around it, scored nicely like you would for a Wellington. It's got this brown chopped mixture that's around it like you would have in a Wellington. And then you get this solid hunk of red meat. And so I'm like, they straight up stole a logo for a Wellington to use it for their game. So mine's probably not going to end up looking like a Wellington tomorrow, but it will be tasty. We got fruit salad. We'll use up some of those pickled, it's not in the recipe there, so I'll sort of hide it for the photo, but get to use up some of those pickled grapes we made. And along with, also, I didn't know what to do with that one either. The photo of that one, the fruit salad, has kiwi in it. Has everything else in the recipe, but has kiwi too. So I picked up a kiwi. That's a hilarious gift for that word, for death by chocolate. Really? Caught that one. Sort of rare that I catch the Giffies. Thank you, the Quans. Appreciate that follow. Put our water jug away. So for a bread recipe for tomorrow, I looked for no knead type dough. I'm still sort of experimenting with finding sub recipes that I like to use that work well for the stream, that I can either start the stream before and finish up, or finish in a whole stream. I mean, we start getting into bread recipes, you get 4, 5, 6, 12-hour recipes. It's your birthday. It's one day out of the year. Be unhealthy. One day. One day. So I've pared down, anyways, what I was getting to with that, I've pared down a recipe here from, oh, where did I grab that recipe? From King Arthur. The Flour Company. From King Arthur.
They have all sorts of lovely
The Flour Company recipes. From King Arthur.
They have all sorts of lovely
The Flour Company recipes. From King Arthur.
They have all sorts of lovely.
Sorry. That's what happens when you open your own page, you know, in a browser, decides to play the audio from it. My bad. So I'm going to try and do this recipe about a third of the size so that I can only get like 2 rolls out of it. Because I certainly don't need the recipe's 6. Cheers, folks. Hope you have a lovely day today. Well, let's leave that. Bread. Hopefully gonna do all of the proofing on this tonight and let it sit in the fridge. This is a sort of no-knead dough recipe. So we'll start with, we're gonna be weighing everything with this, so we'll bring out the scale once again. Can I get this so you lovely folks can see it? Maybe if I put it back further. Camera angle helps a lot. There we go. Let's start with our water here. Too much. Give that a second shot here. I'll take it. It's supposed to be 113. Olive oil. There we go. 7 grams. That was probably more than 7 grams. But I'll live with that. Oh, sorry, 17 grams. Not reading my own writing here. I think the 17 is more likely to be accurate than the 7. Come on.
Update. Salt.
Okay, now we start straining stuff.
Tear that once again. Start with our flour. Actually, no, let's start with our yeast here. Let's see what our temp is on this.
We should make sure our yeast is nice and happy here.
That was some boiling water. That was pretty warm for everything. Oh, we're fine with that.
120. Perfect. Yeah, I know. Oh, there it is. Just got buried.
And then 160 grams of flour.
No, I'm not putting baking powder in there. But I am putting buttermilk powder in there. Probably help if I tied my apron, wouldn't it?
And we'll sift all that down. So you can get those nasties in there.
Not quite sure what those are. They look like they're starch formations or something. Something got flour caught into something, like processing the flour got caught into something, a little scrap piece of dough that got really compressed.
I call it dough because it's just flour, but
now comes the fun part. The not kneading of our no knead dough. Instead of kneading it, we're going to do a bunch of turns over time with this. So it's sort of still a kneaded dough, but it's the more modern method of kneading where
you do a couple of kneads and then you let it rest, and you do a couple more and let it rest. It's more effective if you allow the dough to relax in between kneading periods, and so you have to do less kneading. Eventually I'll pull that out. You're supposed to do 30 turns with a... I'm using a spatula, but bench scraper or something along that line. I'm not really counting how many folds I'm doing here, really, but okay, I'll let that sit for roughly 20 minutes just like that. Even leave the spatula in there like that. Hey car guy, I'm streaming every day this month. Just for November. Sort of in hopes for making up the fact that I'm probably gonna miss a week, something, in December. So... Ooh, battle's ready. Shooter sandwich. All of the food from this month, other than Wednesdays, still doing ingredient challenges. But all of the food is going to be inspired from the Amazon game New World. And so shooter sandwich is an item in the game. It's essentially a cheesesteak. It's red meat, onions, cheese on bread. Hey, car guy. So I'm streaming every day this month. And shooter sandwich is the inspiration for all of this month from Amazon's New World game. Inch be getting those kills, Mummy Frog getting the assists, and they're also getting the rewards. Oh, me too. See how we do with the monk this time. Okay, salmon. Doing the salmon before the calamari because doing it sous vide, you can just leave it. If it's at the perfect temp, it'll stay at the perfect temp. Let's make sure our thing is running already though. I'm ready and happy to accept it. It's actually already warmer than we want it to be. So it's gonna circulate that water and hopefully cool it down. I'm gonna open the lid to help cool it down. Rather upset with how the lady bagged my stuff today. Put my seafood on the bottom of the bag, and so had all of the weight on it. And so here's hoping that the salmon fillet is not a piece of junk now. But considering I bought it about an hour and 30 minutes ago, I haven't really
stop to check. I think we're okay. Yeah. So we got our salmon here, ready to season up. I'm gonna leave the skin on. I say here, I know you can't really see what, unless you look at the, oh, you can't even see it with that. There we go. Hey, there's salmon there. We need some butter to go along with this. Need some dill, as these are part of the recipe. And we need some lemon. We'll start by getting a couple nice slices of lemon here. We'll go a bit thinner on this. There we go. So we'll start with our seasoning. Gonna do, we can move this camera back now that I'm not weighing everything in front of it. Include the whole cutting board here now. So, a little freeze-dried thyme, or dill, making sure we're using dill after I said that too. This is Pacific coho salmon. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen just yet. I'm going to add a little garlic. Going to add a little dried oregano. And then your usual candidates over here. Salt. Pepper. MSG. And then our lemon. You're supposed to stay nice, Lemon. He'll probably move around in the bag anyways, but... Pacific salmon does tend to have a bit more darker red color to it than I noticed the Atlantic having. Leaving one little corner still open. Just carefully plop that up. Let's fix that. Lemon, it's driving me nuts. I want it to be purty. And this is obviously not airtight yet, but that's why we're only sealing it down to one corner. Then we're going to dip this slowly into the water and allow all the air to come out of the bag and just seal at the very end. Still reading 150, so we're putting it in there a bit warm. But I'm sure that salmon's going to cool it down to at least a degree or two. See what madness I'm up to here with full color. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do with that. Drop the clip to the bottom of the machine, which always feels great going after. There, so our salmon hanging out there in the water. Just taking a bath, hanging out in the hot tub. Hey, does this mean I can join the hot tub channel? Let me guess, I didn't change tonight's title either. No, I didn't. Lovely. Way to go, Jay. There we go, that should read better. Let's get rid of our fishiness. Trade that fishiness for a different fishiness. Wow, I'm just pouring through tonight, aren't I? We're like ready to do calamari already.
We'll do another set of folds on our no knead dough. We'll give that another 20 minutes or so. Sort of tempting to figure out what else I can do here. That's what I can do. It's mayo time. Whisk. I want this whisk. Gonna make dipping sauce for our calamari, even though it isn't really part of our dish for that.
Oh, and I'm forgetting a step with my calamari too. We can get our calamari started now. We'll come back to making mayo. So I asked him to give me just 2 tubes and 2 tentacles. So have essentially 2 baby squid here. Because they have hopefully gone to the lovely step of removing the, feels like the fins out of this. Feels like it's out of this too. We'll take a second look at that in a moment. And beaks are gone. Awesome. So yeah, they've cleaned out the beaks. Looks like they had a machine just go in there and just scoop the whole area out. And so, for the rings, give that a second feel through here. Yeah, they took that out. For those unfamiliar that haven't worked with squid before, or made calamari before, there's no real bones involved. Well, the beak is sort of a bone, but you've got a line of cartilage that will come out of this. Looks almost like a knife. It's a blade like. It's got but it's cartilage, so it's sort of bone like. And then the actual mouth of the squid is like a beak. It's hard, and so you definitely want to take that out. You can normally just squeeze that out. So it looks like they've had a machine here just like dig the whole thing out. And now the question is, how large do we want to do this? And that's really down to frying time. They've also peeled them, too. Really just looking to do essentially one order of these. And then these, I'm just going to cut roughly in half. There we go. And that is all going into a bowl here. We'll clean up our board here. Clean our tools, clean everything that is touching. It's a little less worrisome when it comes to seafood in certain senses, but make sure we go through and clean everything thoroughly since we were handling raw products, raw proteins. That's a better way of saying it. We were handling raw proteins. It's almost like that butter disappeared from the back of that salmon. It's just a solid, well, it's sort of wrinkly from the plastic, but it's just a solid piece of salmon skin from this view now. And is slowly recovering from that. We're up to 48.6 for 49. And to this, we're going to add some dairy. Trying to use this up anyways. And this is going to help with our texture of our calamari. Letting it soak for at least 20 minutes in some buttermilk or milk or dairy, or in this case half and half, and some salt. So we'll let those just hang out, have a good time there. We'll come back to doing mayo. Mayo! Got another 5 minutes on our Stream Raiders battle. I think I need to drink some coffee here. I haven't hardly touched this tonight. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely, lovely Friday. One minute mayo, what does that consist of? How you put together a 1 minute mayo? Let me guess, a blender or something along that line. I could do it in my blender. It would save me a little arm work. But then it'd be noisy and wouldn't be very visual for the stream. Hand blender, yep. We'll use a little of our lemon and take the seed out. My fingernail here, if I can. No, use a blade instead. Sort of like how I do my hollandaise these days. I put all of that good jazz for a hollandaise together in a bag. Then I just put it in this machine and forget about it. Then hit it with a hand blender at the end. Or you can even, if you're feeling active, you can shake it in a jar. So I'm going to add some seasoning here just because I left this dill out from doing the salmon and I want to throw it back in the fridge. But we'll throw a little dill in there. Gonna throw a little thyme in there. It wants to come out here. Little squeeze of Dijon. Oops, not the vinegar from the Dijon. Hey team. Or tannic, sorry. No keto diet here. I am doing all this month foods from Amazon's New World game. And so we have calamari and poached fish tonight. Tomorrow we're very obviously not going to be keto. Yep, we already sliced up the squid, and I've got that soaking in a bit of milk and salt. Working on a sauce here for it, which got enough sauce here basically now, but we want this to be a bit thicker. And we still got some more spice and loveliness to add into this. I just added a couple of herbs because it was easy at the moment. Nice! We already got the salmon cooking too. Using an immersion circulator tonight. So, poaching it, but poaching it in a bag. Sous vide instead of true poach. Butter poaching. So we got a bag here with butter, dill, lemon slices, and salt, pepper, MSG, and it is cooking at 49 degrees Celsius. So that's ballpark of 120 Fahrenheit, something like that, and should give us a sort of like almost medium well salmon.
It's going to be cooked that same temperature all the way through, so it's not going to be like a steak where you cut it and the center is going to be raw compared to the outer side it's being seared. It's just going to be medium well all the way through. Battle! We shall go to battle. It was funny, it was sort of like 3, 2, 1 break. Like, we all sat there and decided what we were gonna do and then left. Give everyone else a head start. Yeah, I'm gonna use some flour with the fried calamari. Victory. Entropy getting those kills. And assist. Entropy and Tannic getting those rewards though. We go for the blue chest or we go for the gold, blue chest? Gold or blue? Rare scrolls, 10 plus gold drops, or loyalty skin, chance for skins. I myself would probably pick gold, but what do we say, chat? I'll mix in a little oil while we wait for a response out of Salmon. Gold it is then, I think. Yeah, I got 2 votes for it there besides my own. Alright, let's go. Let's go for gold. Put my pally out there. Now see, you can put your rogues back here and get more chests. But if you're over on this side, you get the spell and actually move faster. So maybe, which is it gonna be? Is the one here gonna beat the one here because it gets the haste spell? Well, we'll have to see. Someone want to science that up? Bit more oil, because I'm going to add a little bit more liquid into this, so I want this to be a bit tighter. Even tighter than that. That's still slightly flowing. And then for other heat that I want to add in here. Where are you? A little Tabasco.
Zarzamora? How come no one guessed Zarzamora? What the heck is Zarzamora? So call it there with oil, but besides oil, ooh, I can maybe, do I want to use those up for this, or? Oh, sealed. Anyone remember those? Oh yeah. Excuse me. Acid's getting into my throat there. I'm just throwing together a little dipping sauce that I thought would work together for the calamari. And so, nothing specific, just using stuff around the house. Making a quick mayo. Turning some pickles into a sort of relish. Sort of tartar saucy, sort of not at the same time. Yeah. We got a base of mayo with dill and thyme in there. We got a little mustard and hot sauce and lemon juice, which sort of mayo. And then homemade pickles. A little garlic powder. Do I want to add anything else in here? Yeah, a little cayenne. Oh, salt, pepper. am I gonna hold this in? Not that. So it still has some run to it. It's still flattening out, but it's also got some thickness to it too. Yeah, it was only a single egg yolk. Yeah. So photos will be up in Discord like usual. Let's get our frying set up for our calamari. I think I'm going to do 2 batches. We'll use a smaller pan for this project. Got a new bottle of oil. Are sealed for your safety and irritation. Okay. So oil's on the stove. Let's give our bread another turn here. I'm making bread not for tonight, but for tomorrow night. Just proofing it tonight. So, doing our no knead style, but still kneading it anyways by kneading it so many turns every 20 to 30 minutes. I should just knead this at this point.
But you can see how nice and smooth this is, almost like I had spent a good 15-20 minutes kneading this compared to when I first mixed it. You very much have very obvious gluten strands developing. So the hope is this is going to proof into 2 rolls for tomorrow for our shooter sandwiches, which certainly sound a heck of a lot like a cheesesteak, but the picture looks a lot more like a beef Wellington. Okay, I need to finish this coffee up. It has been hanging out long enough. It's getting late enough that I don't need more caffeine. So that is oil and not water on the stove there. Give me one moment. Let me see if there's an upper limit on this salmon recipe. On the salmon chart, rather. It's not so much a recipe as it is a chart. We'll take that out in about 15 minutes. And start a timer here. That's not what I wanted. Shellfish. Yeah, that's a great word for today. Except I'm not doing any shellfish. So we need flour and we need egg yolk. The flour, I'll grab a pie pan for. I don't know why, I need to bread something, I need to batter something, I need to 3-step batter something. I always go for the pie tin or the pie pan. Not sure why. But we can reuse our mayo bowl here and give this a rinse out. We'll use that for our egg. I said rinse it out, but I'm full on scrubbing it. Oops. That's why I normally do this over the sink. That would probably be a problem if I didn't have hard floors, wouldn't it? Might be a problem even if I have wood floors. But I don't. I got cement. So we'll start by whipping up an egg here.
That egg looks like it's had a rough life. It's about to get a little bit rougher. And over here, we're going to use a bit of flour. Baking powder. And seasonings. Onion powder, garlic powder, sort of wish I had some powdered citric acid right now. Little cayenne. We'll leave it at that. But that's the flour. Now we gotta season the egg. They're not 2 words either. Don't call me daughter. Welcome in. Spice pattern? What, you mean MSG and everything? It's like it disappeared in the flour. You can't even see the pepper anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and strain the milk off. Do we have a flame on it? I don't have a flame over here yet. So I got a flame now on the oil back here. Warming that up. And I'm gonna strain out the milk and salt from our calamari. Do an initial coating of flour with the milk. Try and get them nicely evenly coated inside and out. No worries, don't call me. Enjoy your dinner. Just happy to have you hanging out. Want to make sure your tentacles are all separated. Evenly coated. So anyone that's in the Discord knows, but I scored some tickets this morning. I'm excited. I'm going to a concert for the first time in I don't know how long. Over a decade. Going to see Nick Mason's Saucerful of Secrets in February. Which, not everyone knows who Nick Mason is, but quite a few people know who Pink Floyd is. So they're doing his Saucerful of Secrets. It's a mouthful. Celebrates a certain period of Pink Floyd, and this is the Echoes tour. So I have a feeling this is going to involve Echoes. So I'm really excited for that, even though it's still like 3 months away now. So I was just getting started with that flour, but we're done with this over here now. How's our temp doing on our oil? somewhere between 140 and 170. We're gonna give these a nice light coat in that egg. Yep. Nice. Yeah, I've been listening to Pink Floyd pretty regularly for quite a long time and have never made it out to any of their shows, whether it's any form of it. So, yeah, excited. Using this because I don't want that to be my hand. Let's pull our salmon out of the water bath. We'll let that rest for a minute while we finish the calamari coating. You can come back to it. That's also why I don't want to do it with my fingers. So it's all the way out in Sacramento. They're going to Oakland and Sacramento. I figured smaller venue I'd prefer, although the larger venue is probably more likely to get a guest star from something or something. And speaking of Pink Floyd itself, they just put out a video today. Oh, we got a battle ready to do too. Let's try and finish these up real quick here. Our salmon's ready to plate.
Our calamari is not even in the fryer yet. Good job, Jay. Rinse my hands off, then we'll do our menu, or not our menu, our battle. Then we'll plate up our salmon. I guess no one wanted to science the rogue battle. Let's see what we get here. Now it's time for all the rewards. Avocado mousse. No, I haven't made an avocado mousse before. Nope. Victory. I'm much more the type, if I'm gonna make chocolate mousse, I'm gonna add butter. If I'm adding fat. Gray getting the kills and assists there. Welcome in. Entry getting the gold though. Ooh, I got gold too. Lots of it. Now we go for the question, or we go with the gold chest, or unknown. I'm tempted to go for the unknown. I think we're going for the unknown. There we go. You had an insanely good dish on a trip recently and used a variety of avocado called butter avocado. It was delicious. Nice. Yeah, they're not all Haas avocados. There's a gazillion types of avocados out there. Nice. Well, hopefully you can find yourself a close replica on the type of avocado, because I would be certain that that had an effect.
Needed to sanitize the... I think those are clean now. Safe to use. Okay, salmon. That's still looking lovely. We'll pull this fish out just by itself. We're going to leave the lemon behind. And then this is how it's plated. And the icon. Oops. Hopefully you lovely folks could see that. And let's see here, And then this is a replica of what we're going for, although this is not a poached piece of fish. This is looking more like a baked piece of fish to me. But this is what we're replicating in the icon. And this is just solid proteins leaking out of our fish here, which would brown up real nicely should I give this a sear. There we go. I'm gonna add a little fresh dill on top of that. And let's take a photo. There's our butter poached salmon with lemon and dill. I just lost a lemon slice on the floor. Oh well. I like dill a lot too. I just don't ever hardly use it that much until I got this freeze dried, because the fresh stuff typically doesn't last as a bunch. You try and grow it at home and it just bolts immediately. So that's a rough one. Dill's a sort of rough one as far as the herbs go.
Gotta use it when you got it. And then we need somewhere for our calamari to go before we place it on a piece of slate, which reminds me I need another piece of slate out. Give this a quick clean off. Haven't used this one yet, it's still new. Dry for a few. Yep, I just can't. It drives me nuts about dill. Just, it pops out of the ground. You're like, oh, I'm gonna have dill in a week. The next day, it's flowering. So let's try some salmon while we're waiting on our oil to warm up here. And while it's still nice and warm. So that's flaking. Flaking with the skin though. I'm not a big fan of skin. I don't eat skin typically. Oh. Might have overdid the garlic. That is yummy though. Dill's great, lemon's great. Salmon's nice and yummy. That's a winner. Let's go over here to our stove. Let's see what our oil temp is here. Oh, awesome. We can start frying. I'm going to try and do this in 2 batches here. Didn't mean to do that. Don't plop oil. Real quick, just in and out basically, just long enough to get a little color, crisp everything up. Hit that with a bit of fine salt.
check our oil temp for round 2. And yeah, that knocked it down a good 25 degrees or so there. So we'll give that a moment to recover. But you can see what loveliness we've created here. Nice and soft still. All of that is yummy. The breading is yummy. Calamari is great. And this awesomeness. You get the pickle, you get the red pepper from the pickles. The sweet pepper. Getting a bit of heat coming in now. A little bit of that cayenne sinking in from probably both the breading and in this deliciousness. And the Tabasco. I'm getting a little of the Tabasco too. Throw our pickles back in the fridge. I even got the tentacles to stay somewhat separate. Getting close again. Closer to 350 again. For those curious what we're shooting for with the calamari, don't have a button for it. There we go. There's our calamari photo from the game. I'm going to again put that on a piece of slate. And I don't know why they have rosemary there. It also looks like it's garnished with some seaweed. Neither of those are going to have... Well, I might throw the rosemary on there. It's good and it's bad, don't call me daughter. It's wonderful for something like this. Just quick temping on top of the oil. But it's not an internal thermometer. It's only going to give you the surface. So if you want that meat temperature on the inside, it doesn't do you much good. You need one of these then. Internal probe. But I think we're getting close here. I think we're getting close. Left my kettle on again. I'm having that habit. So, oil. We are now hopefully 370-ish. 65, I'll take it. There's a 70. I'll take this. We're only doing one last batch. Purposely doing the tentacles at the end too, by the way, to make sure, because they're going to be the thinner and need less cook time. and back up. Ah! Lost one.
I'm eating it anyways. It's hot. Ow. This is why we got 3 lemons for tonight, because photos. Photos. Yeah, it was a little more tightly packed in the photo. Rosemary. Tell me if you recognize this piece of rosemary. So here we have our calamari dish. Ready for our photo. Still get that shadow after I move out. It gets better when I move out of the way though. Awesome. Got lemon everywhere. I'll leave that with the salmon. I'll use that with the salmon. There we go. So there's our dinners from tonight. I'm gonna go quickly and enjoy these. So I think we're gonna cut things off right here. We're gonna finish this battle offline rather, in 8 minutes. I'm gonna go and enjoy these while the salmon is still possibly warm, and these are definitely still hopefully warm. Want to thank everyone for joining me. We're gonna be making this bread tomorrow. This is going in the fridge now that it's been sitting here proofing. Going to be, might leave this out a little bit longer, but when it's done proofing for the time, it's going to be in the fridge until tomorrow with some plastic wrap over the top of it. Thank you all for joining me. Going to be doing sandwiches tomorrow, going to be doing fruit salad tomorrow, going to be doing apple pie tomorrow. Actually going to be combining things here. Going to be doing, I think I'm going to be doing the apple pie from Walt Disney World to match up with the apple pie from New World. Competing entities together. Anyways, thank you all. Hope you come back tomorrow. Have a great night tonight. And see you again soon. Bye-bye now.